And with sales of cars and pickups revving higher, AutoNation reported a record-breaking quarter before the bell. The country's largest auto dealership owner reported that first quarter profits rose by 14% on a best ever 68 cents a share, with revenues that topped $4 billion. Sales of new and used cars were higher last quarter, getting help from the recovery in housing, and the chain even announced plans to expand.
AutoNation CEO Michael Jackson joins us now. Mike, nice to see you again, and I want to ask you, why is business so good? And is it safe to say now that the car business is getting back to normal?
Well, Susie, you have to look at it within the context in the auto industry. We had a depression, a complete crash, a complete breakdown in 08, 09, 10. We could not get financing for our customers, so business practically came to a standstill. And so what happened is it pushed out the average age of cars in America to 11 years old. It's unprecedented. And people really need to do something at this point. The trades we're looking at have 150,000 miles on it. So people stopped buying cars, stopped repairing cars for several years, and now there's a genuine replacement need. So they come in to talk to us, and we have the best product offering ever. Outstanding quality, and by quality I mean fit, finish, design, innovation, content, and dramatically improved fuel economy. We don't ask customers to downsize or go slower, and you don't have to buy exotic hybrids or electric. Mainstream technology will give you a 25 to 30% improvement in fuel economy. And finally, we have the best financing ever, because ironically, during the downturn, the customers continued to pay for the cars. We were the first payment the household made, so the banks have really moved back into financing cars. So you put it all together, you really have a lot of structural support for this one bright spot in the U.S. economy, the automotive recovery.
It's clear to see why you are a superstar salesman, Mike. One of the trends we've seen in the recovery has been the tremendous strength of the rental, of the used car market. Is that still the case? Are people tending to buy more used cars than they did in the past?
Well, the used car story is the following. We are selling big improvements in used cars and new cars. And because there's such a shortage of used cars, because production was so dramatically low from 08, 09 during the Depression, there is a shortage, which means the value of the trades are at record highs. So people, when they come in, not only do we have all those other drivers I already called out, but then we say, listen, we can give you more money for your trade than you're ever going to get. And they say, great, I'm ready to get something newer, whether it's still used or new.
Let me ask you this, Mike. I know you hear this all the time. Everybody's talking about the pros and cons of 0% interest rates and talking about at some point they're going to go up. When interest rates do go up, will consumers be less likely to be interested in buying a car and to finance it?
No, I think these record low interest rate, everybody knows that they will not continue. So I should be clear, the market rate that customers are paying today is, let's say, around 3.5%, 4%. If you talk 0%, that is an incentive that has been bought down by a manufacturer. So the real world's 3.5%, 4%. But customers are used to paying 5%, 6%, 7% on the financing of an automobile. So I don't think the normalization of interest rates to those levels is going to unseat these drivers that I've called out that are driving this recovery. We're in the early innings of this automotive recovery. We're on a journey back to the industry selling 16, 17 million units a year.
That's nice to end on an upbeat note. Thank you, Mike. So good to see you. Mike Jackson, CEO of AutoNation.